Beauty and the Beast. Alright, this is my review for Beauty and the Beast. If you watched my last review of Arrival and you hated it, I do not blame you. It was my first review. I was a little nervous. I didn't like the movie all that well, so I didn't really know what to say that much. But if you... It's my cat. What'd you think of the movie? Yeah, leave. Really. But anyway, if you didn't like my review, I do not blame you. It was kind of... I was spilling all over my words. Sorry about that. I'll try to be better in this review. I like this movie better. I grew up with this movie. So hopefully it comes out better, comes out more naturally. I apologize. Let's talk about Beauty and the Beast. Alright, first of all, we're going to talk about how I like the characters. We're going to talk about the story a little bit. Some of my favorite scenes. Then we're going to get to rating time, okay? First of all, characters. Obviously, let's start with Belle. Emma Watson was, that's all I meant. She was the perfect Belle. Alright, she looks like her. She kind of sounds like her. She just played her well. I think she has that innocent feeling to her, and she plays her well in this movie. And Emma Watson's glad to see her back on the big screen. She was so good in Harry Potter, obviously. And now she didn't really have anything that much else between Harry Potter and this movie, but now you can see that she's got all the talent in the world and that she's really good at what she does. So I really enjoyed her performance. She really made this movie. I mean, if Belle's bad, the movie ain't gonna work. But she played her very good, and I'm very happy that she was cast as Belle. Um, now, Dan Stevens as the Beast. Um, he did well. I gotta say, he was charming. He had enough anger at the beginning, you know, to make it seem like he was an actual beast. But then when he got to know Belle, he became more gentle, more innocent, you know, just wanting help and wanting love. You know, he hasn't had love in so long, and he played that charming side of the beast very well. The look of the beast, the CGI could have been better, but I think they didn't want to overdo it or anything like that because this is a children's movie. At first I thought the look of the beast was gonna kind of get at me. It wasn't gonna work for me, but as the movie went along, I didn't think about it at all. It did not bother me at all. So, but again, Dan Stevens played him really well. I think the casting in this movie was fantastic. Um, it was very good, and again, I'm happy that Dan Stevens played the Beast. That worked very well. Um, Next, Gaston, Luke Evans played him, and he played him really well. He had that little wit to him, yet he was a really big asshole, obviously. Um, Luke Evans played him really well. One of my favorite scenes is when he's talking in the mirror, and then, well, at first he's like, "You are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," and it makes it seem like he's talking to Belle, but he's actually talking to himself in the mirror. I just think that's very funny. Um, it just shows what they did in the cartoon classic version, and they put it into this movie very well. That just little humor that works really well in this movie. But Luke Evans played him really well. He's got a great singing voice. The songs in this movie were very good, but later on in the video, I'm going to say I did have a few problems with the music in this movie. But yeah, Luke Evans, fantastic. Next, Josh Gad. I think it's Josh Gad playing LeFou. He did him very well. You know, LeFou, he's a short, little, stocky guy in the cartoon with that little squinky voice, or however it goes. I can't do it, but Josh Gad played him really well as well. And he had that little you could obviously tell he was enamored with Gaston in this movie, which is fine, and they did that very well. I think they didn't go overboard with it, but you know, the older audience can definitely tell, and I think that's good for Disney to mix that sort of thing in. So Josh Gad played LeFou very well. He also doesn't have a bad voice. I couldn't really see him singing, but he doesn't have a bad voice at all. So that didn't bother me at all either. Belle's father, Maurice, the gentleman who played him, I can't think of his name right now. It's bothering me, but he did very well. Man, he was really good in this movie. He was that, you could kind of tell you could really tell his love for Belle, and it was really sincere, and his performance was really sincere, and he just played Maurice very well. You could definitely see the similarities to this movie to the classic cartoon version. I really like that. For the story, they pretty much went right along with the cartoon version. I had no problems with that. They probably stayed true to the Disney version, the older Disney version, as well as anyone, as the Jungle Book, Cinderella, Maleficent, or anything like that. But yeah, they went along just as well, or better than the previous live action movies. They did throw a few other things in there, like in the cartoon they don't show any backstory with Belle's mother. In this one they um, get the viewpoint of what happened to her mother and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool to see something different, something fresh. Um, yeah, so they just threw a few things different in there, which didn't bother me at all. The one thing that did bother me was when the Beast, finally lets good cat, quick. The Beast, sorry about that. The Beast, this cat, forget me off the train of thought. Okay, the Beast, when he lets Belle go after he looks into the mirror and they see that her father's in trouble, and he lets her go. Instead of giving a loud emotional roar of anger and pain and sorrow, they put him into a song. And I think the emotion kind of lacks. Instead of giving the emotional roar, they do a song, and he's a good singer. He's a really good singer, but I think they could have did this scene better, and we didn't really need a new song. There's a couple new songs near that I didn't mind at all. But again, I just don't think they needed the song. Going back to the characters, Lumiere was one of my favorite. Ewan McGregor, I think his name is, played him very well. He had the perfect accent, I think. It worked for me. He was funny. He cared for Belle. He cared for the Beast. He was very caring. All the appliances were very well voiced. Cogsworth, Ian McKellen, Magneto, did very well with him as well. He was funny, It just brings back a lot of nostalgic memories and moments to you when you're watching this movie. It just makes you feel and love the movie that much better. I loved Beauty and the Beast cartoon, and this one really did it justice, I think. I was very happy to see and watch this movie. I really liked the movie. So one of my favorite scenes in the movie was, and in the cartoon, when Gaston has his musical scene with LeFou, and they're singing in the bar or whatever, in the pub, and it's just captured really well in this movie. And one of my favorite scenes with Belle and the Beast is, of course, in the ballroom when they're dancing. Whose favorite scene is, or whose scene is not? Whose scene? I have no idea what my words are saying now. But if that's not your favorite scene, you don't like Beauty and the Beast. There. That's my opinion. But rating for this movie, I usually do just scale of 0 to 10. I hope I never see a zero rated movie in my lifetime. There's probably been a few close ones, But I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. It was very good. I think they gave the movie justice, the cartoon version justice, and I really appreciated what they did. The casting was fantastic. The movie was fantastic. I hope this review was better for you. I hope you liked it. What did you think of this movie? Comment below. Press that red subscribe button. Like this video. Come back for more. Hallelujah.